Hi everyone, it is Betty from Mercury Crafts, and I have another project that I am working on. It has been raining today, so today is a good project day when I don't have to go run other errands because it's raining. So I am using these tints that I bought because I make wood projects that I will laser etch with my laser. And this is one of the ones that I am making. It's a little trinket box. And so I'm going to be making this today. But while I'm making this, I'm going to be doing the tutorial on how I make this box and I tint it. But I want to also give my review on this specific product. So let me pull out the 5 different colors I have of this. I have French roast. These tints are called water tints. They are from Tatterted Angel. I have found these at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. I'm sure you could possibly get them from their website, which is mytintedangels.com. But this is the French roast. It's a dark brown color. Then you also have the red wine, and it's a very nice deep red color, and this is absolutely gorgeous. I've used it before. I've used the French roast before too, and it's wonderful. I've never used this one. This one's called Blue Lagoon. It's a really deep blue. It's really, really pretty. The one that I'm going to be using with you guys today, this one is called Caribbean Mint, and it's going to be this nice tealy blue color. However, I did just do a Facebook Live using the same products, and I did this one, and it is a lime cordial, and the lime cordial is this beautiful color, and look at, they match identically, so it's really cool. I love that. So basically how I found these tints was I went to get some more wood stain, and I saw these next to the wood stains, and I was like, wow, I wonder if this will work, because one, it's a little cheaper. Two, I was like, if it works, it doesn't have that nasty smell. I don't have to do it outside. I can do it anytime I want. And the biggest thing that sold me on this is that, so it says it's ideal for woods, wickers, and non-coated surfaces. It says shake well before using, apply with brush. It's quick to dry. That was one of the biggest selling points to me. And it also says you don't need to wipe or rub it off. Use soap and water to clean up any mistakes or messes. Apply 1 or 2 coats to get the desired tint that you are looking for. And it says if you would like the tint lighter, all you have to do is add a little bit of water. So that's really kind of cool. So again, shake this well. And like I said, these things work amazing. I love them. I have only been using them for maybe a month or 2. I think they're great. They have really amazing colors, and these aren't all the colors that they have. These are just the ones that I have purchased. So again, shake well. I usually use a little metal side dish container because again, it doesn't stain anything. But if it does stain, honestly, it comes off with soap and water. I did stain my hands earlier when I was using the green or doing the green one, and I know in a couple more washes it will be off. So again, not worried. And the green box that I did is already dry and ready for me to do my project, and I seriously just finished it like maybe a half hour ago. So I'm gonna start with the actual large box itself, and we are gonna start coloring this. I usually go on the inside of the box first, just because that's where I personally like to start. Just dip your brush in there and go at it. And I always try to go the same way the wood is going, so that way it gets into the pores of the wood and it stains the entire box. So sometimes I have to go right and left depending on which way that piece of wood is cut, and sometimes I have to go left or up and down. So it just depends on which side I'm working on right now. And this is absolutely a gorgeous color. I'll show you guys in a minute. It really is beautiful. And to do a large piece like this, it takes me about half the bottle, but I am willing to pay that little bit of extra, because yeah, you're not getting as much as you would with regular wood stains and stuff like that, but I'm not having to deal with the smell. I'm not having to deal with the dry time. The dry times can take anywhere between 24 and 48 hours depending on the project. So that's the other plus with it, is that I don't have that dry time. So I'm willing to pay a little bit extra just to keep down on dry time, because I just finished this box over here for my son, and I'm working on this other box here for my other son, and the box I did earlier, the green one, is already dry, and I seriously finished it 30 minutes ago. So it's already ready to go into my laser. The other thing that I like about this, and I'm about to turn this over so you guys can see it. Look how pretty that is. The other thing that I like about this stuff is that because it is non-toxic and everything, I don't have to worry about it with the reactions on how it would react to my laser, because some of the other wood stains and stuff like that you do have to worry about, because they are not necessarily good for the laser when you put it in the laser, because it could release toxic fumes. And so I don't have to worry about that with this product, and that is something I absolutely love. And it doesn't even give any warnings like, I'm sure you shouldn't drink it, but it doesn't even give you any of those warnings like, do not ingest, if you drink, immediately go to the emergency room, like a lot of the other products do. So it coats really evenly, and it dries super quickly, because by the time I'm done with this box and working on the two smaller pieces that go inside the box, they're already going to be finished. This is already going to be finished drying, so. Like I said, just whenever you're making sure that you're doing these, just make sure that you're always going the correct way as the wood grain, because that really does make a difference on how it looks when it dries. And I'm having to put a little bit more on this back than I normally do, because believe it or not, I think that they got some wood glue on it, so it's not going through the stain of the wood as well as I would like it to. But again, it says that to get that desired color you want, you can go over it a couple of times to get that desired color. So let's do the top of this box and see what our color is. And see, you can start seeing those wood grains come out. When I did the other box a second ago, it had more of a yellow undertone on that box, so that's one of the reasons why I made sure that I used that one for the green, because it is yellow. Because of course yellow and blue make green, and I knew that yellow would not make that much of a difference with that green, where if I put the yellow with this one, it would definitely change the color of this beautiful tealy box. but it's just a nice liquid water tint. It's super simple to use. The brush, the cleanup, everything is real easy. When I have to do the cleanup with the stains, if I use a brush, I always have to soak them in acetone because I got to get that stuff off the brush. Where with this, I just run soap and water over it and it comes right out. So again, it's one of those really awesome things that you're not having to use a lot of different other things or throw away your brush. Because I know a lot of people will throw away their brushes because they just don't want to have to deal with the cleaning process. I've done that in the past. So I can say I'm one of those people that I will throw away a brush, but I love my paint brushes. Now, not necessarily this one. This is one of my cheaper ones because I don't need a good brush. But when I'm painting, I have more expensive brushes that my husband bought me that I absolutely adore. And I would sit there and clean those. But it's nice that I don't have to because I can use those on this and I wouldn't be worried about destroying my good brush. So that's the other thing I like about it. And the fact that there's no smell. That's another one. There's no smell. And I'm just putting a single coat down. I'm going through the entire box because I will go inside this little section here. I'm going to get all of that because I make sure that the whole thing is covered. This is one of the harder parts to do, but it isn't too bad though. Now, if you have to get more color, which I'm going to have to because I'm running out of stain, when you go to get more stain, you have to remember that you need to go ahead and shake it up again. Just because you shook it a few minutes ago doesn't mean it hasn't settled already. So just always make sure you give it a nice shake and then pour it in. And like I said, it usually takes about half a bottle to do one of these boxes. So I'm already right at half a bottle. So I know that that should hopefully be the rest that I need. I should not have to get any more. I love these boxes, and these are really popular for me to make. I've made, I think, a total of 3 or 4 of these in the last couple of weeks. These 2 are just for my kids because my kids liked them when I was making them for someone else. So they're like, oh, these are cool, can we have them too? And I was like, yeah, sure, Mom will make you one. So now I'm just going around the edge on this one, bottom edge. And I do put down a drop cloth, but honestly, because my kitchen table, or dining room table, sorry, my dining room table does have a varnish over it. I'm not too concerned about the staining my table at all, but I just use a drop cloth to keep from messing it up because I've refinished this table once because I'm really hard on my table because I do everything on it. And so my hands do have a little bit of the blue on it. It doesn't matter. Again, that is just because it's still wet. It hasn't dried completely 100%. But if I give this about 10 more minutes, it'll be completely dry. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you just want to know more about what I do and what the crafts and things that I make, message me down below. I would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. I love answering questions, actually. I love teaching people how to do things. That's why I like doing tutorials. None of the companies that I talk about in any of my tutorials am I sponsored by, or have they ever sent me anything. I just like to review things that I have personally used. And if I don't like it, I'm going to be honest. I haven't found many things I don't like. But if I find one and I'm like, you know what, this stuff really stinks, then I'll let you guys know. And I'll do a review on it and tell you guys why I think it stinks. But most everything that I have found lately that I've been using, I've just really liked. So let's see. I've got a few spots on the inside of this that I have missed, and then once I do that, I'll go on to the smaller pieces and I will be all done. And then I'm gonna wind up putting these through the laser. I've got to ask my son what he wants on there. He may just have me put his name and what chapter he's in for DMLA. He's in a DMLA organization and his chapter is called Red Oak. So, now the only thing I don't like about some of these boxes, I didn't have the problem with the green one, but on this blue one, you can see where they've gotten a lot of the, that is wood blue just in random spots. So that is the one thing I don't like about these boxes, is that every once in a while you won't see it until you put in the stain. So that kind of stinks because you don't know it's there, so you can't even avoid it when you're trying to purchase these. And I bought these at Hobby Lobby as well. However, it is what it is, and it does work. So we do like them. But that's the only downfall that I see with them, is that they do have some glue spots in places that when you're putting on your stains and stuff, you will notice that a lot more. And they've got other stains as well. They have an orange that I didn't get. They have a lighter brown. They have a, what other color was that? It wasn't purple, because I was looking for purple. They don't have purple. That was one I wish that they had. I might be able to make a purple by mixing the blue and red, but I don't know. I might have to try it. I think they have a darker green. They have a dark green, a light green, a light blue, a dark blue. They have the light wood color, dark wood color, and then they have the red. And they may even have more colors, because I haven't looked online, but that's everything that my Hobby Lobby that I go to carries. Actually, both of the Hobby Lobbies I go to, that's what they carry. I was in getting wood stain one day, and I just happened to find these, and I was reading it, and I was like, wow, this thing says it's a wood stain, or it's a wood tint, and that it'll work on non-treated wood and stuff like that. So I was reading more and more about it, and while I was reading about it, I was like, that's what kind of sold me, is that it's like you don't have to have an opened area, you don't have to have a well ventilated area. You can pretty much do whatever it is that you want to do with this stuff in any environment. And I love that. I love anything that I don't have to go outside if I don't need to. I don't mind doing it in my garage, but in Texas in the summer, the garage, even on a rainy day, is hot and muggy like it is right now. So when I go out and do when I laser the top of these and put their names on it, I'm not going to be out there sitting there watching my laser like I normally would. I'm just going to go out there, set my laser, and come back in the house where it's more comfortable. So I'm almost done. I've got this one, and then I've got that one other little section, and this other box, and I'm finished. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my review on these. Again, these are by Tatterted Angel, and I think they're absolutely amazing. And again, I will show you both colors once I'm done, and I'll let you compare them with the lid to see what you guys think. I think that they're amazing, and I love the fact that they don't smell bad. That's the biggest winner for me, is that I don't have to deal with those noxious fumes. Yeah, noxious fumes. That's the word I'm looking for. That is so pretty. I really like this. It's a gorgeous color. I really like that. All right, I need a little bit more. This takes just a little bit more than half. I think I told you guys it takes half. It takes a little bit more than half the bottle, but again, it's totally worth it. But this is a larger piece. When I'm doing my clocks and stuff like that, honestly, it hardly takes any at all. If I'm doing my clocks, my awards, I have smaller boxes. There's only one other box that'll take half as much as this one does, but when I did, I think I did 7 awards for somebody, and they wanted them in the French roast. When I did them in the French roast color, I did all of them with one bottle. So to me, that's not that much. And actually, I still think I had a little bit left over. And you'll notice with everything that I like to try and anything I'll review, when it comes to an actual physical product, I like things that are non-toxic, that are good for the environment, that are good for kids, that are good for animals, because I have all of the above, and I like the fact that if my dog accidentally got into my stuff, I would not be worried about having to take her to the vet and have her stomach pumped because she got into my tints, because there's nothing on here that says warning if digested, please call. Yeah, this is also that there's no sanding, no priming, no base coat. It's a top coat. So again, I could put a top coat over this and make it shiny if I wanted to. But again, I don't have to. I really like the way it turns out without having a top coat on it. I think it looks great. So I am almost done. I've got just a little bit more to do. Bless you. And here's the last little bit I'm doing. And this is normally whenever you buy these boxes because everything else is on the inside with the wood glue, so you don't see it very often. So that's why I don't get too angry at these boxes for having the wood glue issues that they do, because it's mostly on the inside, so you don't really look at it cosmetically on the outside. So, but every once in a while you'll get a whole bunch of wood glue around this handle that I'm painting right now, and it does look terrible. So I'm going to use what little bit I have left to just go over random spots, make sure that everything is coated nice and properly. So the last piece I always like to coat again is the top. I let that first set and dry, and then I do a top coat one more time. And I'm going to get a little bit more just to make sure I coat all of this. That's why I do the box first, because I want to make sure that the lid has time to dry, because this portion of the lid is already dry. So I do that so that way I could go on with a second coat and just make this a little bit darker, because this is where I'm going to laser engrave it. So I like to get this just a little bit darker. And the more coats you put over it, the darker it will become and more will absorb into that wood tone. There, that's beautiful. I love it. All right, so there you go, guys. And like I said, most of this will come off my fingers. I'm not too worried about it. I don't know if it'll come out on my shirt though. I did get a little bit with the green on my shirt earlier, so I'll have to check that out, and I can always put that in the comments later and see if it will actually physically come out of clothes. So that's the only other thing I don't know. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it answered any of your questions or helped you learn more about this product. So if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, please message me down below. Please always hit that like and subscribe button. I do appreciate it. And thank you so much for your time. And you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye. Peace. Deuces.